Welcome to another math video. In this video, we're going to try to convert between imperial and metric units. Now, what you have to understand about converting from imperial to metric units is that it is not perfect. We've got a conversion chart here, and it loosely states that 1 inch is approximately equal to 2.54 centimeters. It's not. In reality, it's 2.54 something centimeters. So we just have to be really hyper aware that these are not exact values. These are approximate values that we're converting between. Another thing that we have to think about is if we want to convert from, let's say, for example, feet into meters, sometimes we can't convert straight from feet into meters. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to convert from feet into some metric unit and then do a metric conversion on the side. But that should be pretty easy because metric conversions are really simple to do. You just move the decimal place. So a couple pieces of information we need to know. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So that's our mnemonic for our metric conversions. And then another thing we need to kind of recognize is that if we're going from some sort of imperial unit like feet and we want to go into meters, well, our chart doesn't relate feet to meters, but it relates feet to centimeters. So kind of a way to bypass this is by going feet into centimeters and then centimeters into meters. And that should be really easy for us to do. Okay, enough yapping. Let's try this out. So if we want to go 84 feet into meters, okay, I'm going to start with 84 feet. And I want to turn that into some sort of metric unit, like centimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into centimeters. And I'm going to say, okay, how many centimeters in 1 foot? Well, there's 30.48 centimeters in 1 foot. 30.48 centimeters in 1 foot. So I would do that calculation. And when I do that calculation, my feet and feet cancel out. So I'm just left with centimeters. I end up getting 2,560.32 centimeters. Now that I want to turn that into meters, I'm at centimeters and I want to go to my base unit, which is meters. So I have to move the decimal place twice to the right. I've got to move it twice to the right. So I'm going to move my decimal place twice to the right. So it's actually 25.6032 meters. If you can begin or end by doing a metric conversion, that's way better than converting twice in the imperial system. It's much easier to do that. So let's keep going. Let's try another one. We want to do 15 inches into centimeters. Well, can we convert straight from inches into centimeters? And yes, we can. We can go straight from inches into centimeters, so we won't have to do any extra conversions. 15 inches times centimeters per inch. So 1 inch has 2.54 approximately centimeters. So inches and inches will cancel out. And I'm going to be left with 38.1 centimeters is what I have left. All right. So I don't think that's too bad. Let's try some more. We're going to try going from miles to kilometers. So can I go straight from miles into kilometers? That's the question that we're asking ourselves right now. And yes, I can go straight from miles into kilometers. Good. So 10 miles I want to turn it into kilometers, and I want to get rid of miles. So how many kilometers are in a mile? 1.609 kilometers in 1 mile. My miles and miles are going to cancel out. And I'm going to get 16.09 kilometers as my answer. Perfect, because I am left with kilometers. No problem. One last example. I want to go from yards into meters. Can I go straight from yards into meters? Yes, I can. So I'm going to start with 7 yards. I want to turn it into meters, and I want to get rid of yards. Well, 1 yard has 0.9144 meters in it. It's really important. We want to put the unit we want to turn it into on top, and the unit we want to cancel out on the bottom, because yards on the bottom cancels out with yards on the top. We'll be left with meters. So if I go 7 times 0.9144, I get 6.4008 meters. Here we go. Let's do a couple more complicated ones from. So we're going to ask ourselves here, can we go from inches into millimeters? No, we can't. We can't go from inches into millimeters, but we can go from inches into centimeters. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to convert from millimeters into centimeters, or sorry, from centimeters into millimeters. So 12 inches, and we can't go into millimeters, but we can go into centimeters. So how many centimeters per inch? In 1 inch, there's 2.54 centimeters. So we'll go 12 times 2.54 is 30.48 centimeters in 12 inches. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do our metric conversion. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And so we're at centi right now. We want to turn into milli, so we got to move our decimal place 1 to the left. Sorry, 1 to the right. So this is actually, instead of being 30.48 centimeters, this is 304.8 millimeters. We'll try another one, 30 inches into millimeters. No, inches don't go into millimeters. It's too bad. So we'll try something else. We'll go into centimeters, 30 inches into centimeters per inch, and there's 2.54 centimeters per inch. So 30 times 2.54, 76.2 centimeters. And like before, if we're at centimeters and we want to turn into millimeters, we go 1 to the right. So we'll go 1 to the right. That's 762 millimeters.